If we don't get anything this way, we'll move it next time. Who knows? So, charge the room. Charge your space, Bridget.
What's that?
Charge your space.
We're charging the room.
Gotcha.
Bridget, are you building something?
Am I building something?
What's all that noise in the background?
Oh, it's the fan.
Oh,
Turn it off.
no, that's okay. You're probably out in the garage.
Must have been it.
Wow. Well, Twyla, do you want to start with our prayer?
Okay, so let's bring our minds kind of together and be in harmony and peace with each other. Ask that each person be grounded and also connected to the God of their heart. And we're going to surround this room with a bubble of light that is going to enclose all of us, including Bridget. And at the same time, it's going to create some sacred space for us all. So let's just create that in our mind, and I'll be here. And I'm already sensing that there's a really light pink, beautiful light being here. So I don't know who that is or what that is, but I see it in the middle of the room here. So welcome. Okay, now we'd like to invite Floyd and his posse, as we like to call them, here. And Floyd, we welcome you, and we welcome all the guests that you've brought with you. And we also ask that our own healing masters, guides, ancestors, helpers, and beings that are in concert with our agenda here come to help us to create this communication and to help all of us achieve our higher purpose. And let's see, I would also like to ask, would anybody like any particular thing, any persons or whatever that we want to invite here? Okay, well, I had 2 friends pass away this past week, and I would actually like them to receive some healing or some benefit from this tonight. And I also ask that Floyd and his helpers that were with him, that they would be with these 2 people and help them to make a very smooth and good transition into the light, that where they both will, I'm sure, be very welcome if they're not already there. Okay, so I thank you for bringing this group together. We thank Debbie for her hospitality and her willingness to bring our group together, and we'll now get started with our meeting. Thank you.
Well, okay. Shall we start with what Cindy suggested? Shall we go up the body? Up the body first. Just imagine starting at your toes, the energy and the peace working its way up your body slowly but surely, all the way up to your shins. Feel the energy in your feet and in your legs as it moves up your body. And now it's at your knees. energy as it comes over your knees, onto your thighs. Feel it now as it goes into your torso. And as the energy moves into your body and through your body, feel it in your organs, feel it internally, externally. Feel it as it slowly moves upward. Feel it on your shoulders. Feel it on your neck and your throat. Feel it on your face and the back of your head. Feel it as it reaches your crown chakra. Feel it all throughout your body at this point. Now find that still place. Take your mind to that still place. And while we're in that still place, let's bring forth the group as we sit here, as Bridget joins us, and also the spirits and teachers around us. While you're in your still place, imagine that you're in the universe and that you're looking down upon this group. can see forever. Kristen, would you like to share something?
I seem to be able to see like a bright beam of light coming off of Vicky's head.
What does that tell you? Does it speak to you?
She just is radiating this light.
Twyla, what about you?
I just feel really good.
Brenda?
I just feel the light, and it just makes my head want to go back more and more and feel the light of the angels. And it's giving us light over the whole table. It's giving us peace. I feel very, very relaxed. Forgot. Okay, I still see the light. It's still there.
Good.
I just feel like I'm going up in heaven.
Where's the light coming from?
It's making me put my head back as far as I can. It's just coming straight down upon me. I just keep wanting to go up higher to reach it.
What about you, Vicki?
It's still very peaceful.
Bridget, what about you? Bridget, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I have you on mute. I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you seeing anything or getting any impressions?
Yes, is Vicky there tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it may mean nothing, it may be something. There is like this little, I would say, young female, and I keep seeing, and like it's almost to her right side behind her. And I don't know, I keep seeing like fairies, like flits of light, like they're flitting around like fairies. Not, not actual mystical little creatures that are fairies, but flitting around like these little, very just light, bright, light movement. And I'm not sure what exactly it is. It seems very female to me, and I've never seen anything like it before, but a very positive something.
Well, I I get the feeling that my mother's here with us tonight. I think she was the small female with the pink.
What's her name?
Opal.
I did see pink flashes of light. Bright pink.
Well, at one point in my childhood, my mother had every house, every room in our house had pink walls.
I get the impression, Debbie, that she's saying that she's really happy to be here and that she's very proud of you, that she's really glad that you are reaching out in this way. She's a very kind person, is that right? She's very kind.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
very.
She's very supporting and loving. She likes you, Bridget, she says.
I'm getting a lot of pink too. I think that's not a color I typically see. I feel lots of energy. My hands are just on fire.
I'm tuning into my temples for my head. It's just like they're wanting to open up, get bigger.
Floyd says that he wishes he could eat the dinner that we're having tonight. He says it smells good.
I have the sense that we have several spirits in the room with us tonight. Several spirit guides, several teachers. It just feels like there's a lot of energy in here. A lot of different layers.
Did one of you have a relative that died when they were very small, like maybe an infant?
Not me.
Not that I know.
There's this little tiny hand reaching around the finger of another person that is like, you know, a newborn baby sized hand. Debbie, did you used to go camping with Floyd
Yes.
a lot? Or was there a specific time when you had a big fire?
We always had a fire.
Mm-hmm.
He had a pyromaniac gene.
Okay.
Seriously, it could be, 4th of July and 110, but we had a fire.
They're just showing me some remembrance of a big bonfire or some camp cookout.
Well, in later years, when we rented a cabin, we still had a fire outside.
Did he hunt?
Well, yes and no.
Mm.
He would go hunting, but he wouldn't kill anything.
Mm. Mm.
Is Krista there?
Yes.
Krista, you are like, if I'm seeing you, if I'm seeing you, you are like kind of glowing, like your energy maybe has changed, like, or you're more open or something, like something open. It's amazing. Like I'm trying to focus in on the group, and you are like glowing. So I don't know if you had a really good week or a really good day, or if, like, breakthrough or whatever. But it's like you're like glowing.
Now, see, I see glowing kind of all around the group. When I envision our circle here, I just see kind of light throughout the center of the group. And I said the wrong name, Vicki. I'm sorry. It was Brenda that I saw the light coming out of her head, not Vicki. Sorry.
It feels like it's coming out of my temple right now. It's like opening up.
Brenda, do you feel that information is coming in with that light?
It's just very peaceful, and it's just like, just expand your mind, let it go. That's what it's telling me. Just let your head grow bigger. That's what I feel like. It's just growing. Maybe like a flower opening, you know, like your head is just opening up. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I see, like from the top of your head, just like there's this big beam of light attached to the top of your head.
And sometimes I see that pink, then I see purple, then I see bright white.
Mm.
The whole crown of my head is alive. I mean, it tickles. That's always my hot spot, but it's like every hair is just alive. you like to lead us through Lynn McTaggart's
Sure.
format?
So we start out with, think of someone, it can be yourself, that you want something to change and you have an intention. It can be health, it can be prosperity, it can be happiness, it can be relationships, it can be anything. And so we'll spend a minute with that intention for ourselves or someone we want to do an intention for. Now for everyone in this group here and Bridget as well, let it be our intention that each person has success with what they were intending. We'll concentrate on that for a minute. That everyone in the group gets their answers. And now we'll send all the intentions out to the whole world, to everyone in the whole world, globally, that they can get the same things as we're intending. Because we're all connected.
Mhm.
Thank you. Now let's bring ourselves back to the present. Full of positive energy and colors and light. Knowing that our intent is already happening. Okay, I feel like I'm totally hyperventilating. I can barely breathe.
Wow.
It's- My head just got itches.
My head feels this big. I would wear a new hat size.
I can feel it.
Maybe that's for your crown.
Just can't believe that I just felt just grow.
It's just,
Yeah, mine's a little,
it always itches like that because it tickles.
that's weird.
Hey, Bridget? Bridget?
I gotta get a squeaky chair. My head just keeps going up, I couldn't stop it.
I didn't even hear it.
Bridget, are you there?
You know, when that energy starts to spiral up your spine, it can.
Yeah, wow, I'm gonna bring a neck brace next time.
Shame to put you next to the wall.
I have a child. Bridget, can you hear me?
I'm not sure what it is. Well, we're on her
So you
landline.
have a RO at your office?
I do at the house and at our office. Yeah, we have it at the house too.
I got really hot, and I don't know.
Oh,
if
me
I get to
too.
be
I
really
got
hot.
really hot.
Yeah, I was very comfortable and I'm usually cold. So,
I was gonna have Bridget, can you hear me?
She must have had to go.
Oh, sorry, Karen came to the door, guys. I'll be right with you.
Okay. I want her to tell you a little story. I'm gonna start it because she and I figured it out today. There was a reason. Her husband Jeremy came over here Saturday and met one of his chief officers that's a real car guru, and the guy helped him fix Floyd's Fiero. Well, I was already in Broken Arrow at my grandson's birthday party, and I knew they were gonna be here doing this. And they got it running, and the guy drove it around the neighborhood a little bit, and so Jeremy called me and said, there's a little bit of an issue with the brakes, he's not sure what, probably because it has sat for 3 years without being moved, without the wheels being moved. And I said, no, Jeremy, the wheels weren't on it until a short time ago. Floyd had them stacked in the shed. He had taken the wheels off, put it on jacks because he put in new brake shoes and a new clutch, and then he never got any farther than that. So then Jeremy said, well, then it's, and I said, it's probably old brake fluid, needs to be drained, needs new put in, needs to be bled. And Jeremy said, you're probably right, that's probably all it is. So, Bridget, are you back yet?
School started.
Well, it's probably the 2 younger ones. They're not in school, 2 and 4. Anyway, well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story, and then she can just tweak it in, yeah. So she came, anyway, the guy, Jeremy's friend left, and left Jeremy here. Jeremy mowed my lawn then. And so Bridget then came to pick him up, and she just pulled out in the street and parked and was reading a book, waiting on him. And it was getting dark. I mean, it was probably 8:30. It was dusk for sure. And she said out of the corner of her eye, several different times, she saw him walk over to the Fiero, going back and forth between the garage, the corner of the garage, to the Fiero, and back into the corner. Finally today, so then she said, all of a sudden she realized that Jeremy was coming out of the house. He'd been in here using the restroom, and she realized then that what she was looking at was Floyd. And I said, tell me where in the garage he was going. And when she told me, I started laughing. I said, that's where he kept the brake fluid. He was trying to tell us all. It's just brake fluid. And the funny thing was, Jeremy and I, the week before, had looked all over that garage for brake fluid for another car. And we looked and looked and looked and couldn't find it. And I said something to Floyd's friend Robert about it, and he said, Debbie, you've got some brake fluid. And he walked right to it, right where I knew it was supposed to be, right there where Bridget saw Floyd kept going in and out. She said at least 3 times he went into that corner of the garage and then went straight over to the Fiero every time.
Wow.
Wow. That's cool.
Anyway, I better get her out.
Oh, are you okay?
Yes.
Watch
Oh,
the
I got
cord.
Put a balloon on it or something.
Yeah, see, my camera always turns off. I wonder how much we got.
Can you plug it into electricity while you're doing it? And
No, last time
when you charge, you know how you charge it, can you use it
Right.
while you're charging?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
when Cindy was here, it would shut off, but then it would let me start it again, so I got like 3 or 4, 10-minute, I don't know. Debbie said maybe it's a setting or something on it, that it's only supposed to do 10 minutes, I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
Well, you've lost weight.
just a little bit, not very much. Not as much as I was hoping for.
Well, I gotta decide, am I gonna go back on HGG, or I'm gonna do like the wheat diet, no wheat, belly fat, which kind of, I mean, I've always done low carb, and I can do that, but, you know, maybe more.
I was sharing with Krista that I've been taking these access classes, access consciousness classes, and I got this book from one of the girls, and she actually went from a 16 to a 6 in 4 months, just doing these exercises, doing nothing else but that.
What kind of exercise?
Well,
Physical or
no,
mental?
they're just like affirmations.
Yeah.
And so you can order the book on Amazon, and it's, called Right Body for You, and it's by this guy, Gary Douglas, and we can forward that.
How old was she?
Oh, she's probably 30.
So you can expect, I can expect half, which would be good.
Well, the thing of
I don't
it
even
is
need
that
half.
Her hormones are all in the
I-
right perspective,
took-
you know, that makes a big difference.
I took the bars class. It's just this one class on, it's point holding on the head and affirmations, and there's not like tapping, it's totally different points. You're probably familiar with tapping, right? Anyway, just take that class, and I haven't had anybody really to practice with because I don't know anybody in the class that was close by me. But I found myself spontaneously making some changes just from that were pretty surprising to me. Because I have a hell of a time getting myself to do stuff. I am like Eeyore in that, you know.
Well, you know, they did, mainstream science did a study, and they determined that people lose more weight if they're happy and they think they're going to. If they, so, I mean, you know, it's like,
The power of
if they
positive
think it's gonna work and they're gonna lose, which we all know, I mean, you know, but if you're like, oh, I don't.
Well, I still would highly recommend this book to you. I mean, to
Right body
anybody.
for you.
Right Body for You, Gary Douglas, and the lady's name is
Danielle something.
Doniella.
Doniella.
Donielle.
Gary what?
Douglas.
And who's the lady?
It's like Donielle Carter.
Okay, I'm sure I find it on.
Yeah, it's on
Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. She just ordered one today.
It's like $26.
But I took
Spend
this
126.
Yeah.
I took this class, and I had really good changes from it. Now I bought, because you know how I'm a bookaholic, so I'm gonna have to read like 20 books at a time. So. But anyway, I quickly read 4 books of theirs, and then I just bought a couple more because I went to Tulsa and did another class with them in Tulsa this past weekend. It's just another different body process, but it's on how to actually change some of the ways that your cells get imprinted when you have the effective gravity on the cells. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I love that class too. But anyway, these affirmations are so incredibly powerful, and you can use them for pretty much anything that you want to change or that you. So I really would highly recommend that to you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Krista, what about Caesar salad?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
You want me to come help you?
That's okay.
Well, and I thought too, you know, if we're gonna be on different kind of diets, maybe we could tell Debbie and get with Debbie and maybe have more salad or.
yeah, different things like that.
Yeah.
Will
Sure.
you pass that down, please?
Okay.
I mean, I know people that have started like the.
You can't set anything on this table that might, anything that even thinks about causing a ring turns a green.
You want me to start this around?
That'd be great.
Well, this smells really good.
She's pretty good about
The
making
wheat
stuff.
belly or what?
This is probably gluten-free, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She
she
knows,
said it
she
was.
knows that I
yeah.
don't do that. Yeah,
Wait,
yes.
is that what it's called?
Yeah,
You had it
yes.
in your.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's a
read
great
it yet.
book. Oh, it's a wonderful
I
book.
totally believe in that.
I do too. And I lost 10 pounds, but I didn't lose
Oh,
20.
really?
So it was
What
just
was that?
I'm gonna pass the
This
wheat
belly
belly.
diet.
Look
Everybody
really
can.
good.
But what?
So, you
Wheat
know,
belly.
Oh,
I lost
Now, is it just gluten free or is other things too? Guess I don't know that much about the.
Well, I mean, the main thing that in the wheat belly book, it's basically
did Krista hang up? I mean, Bridget hang up?
She hadn't come back yet, so
Well,
I'm not
it's
sure.
dead. Oh.
So
Oh, did I when I tripped on it? Did
Oh,
I?
you probably did, I bet.
So, but I think that
Yeah.
corn,
Nope.
wheat,
Okay, where's
isn't
Rita?
it corn,
Can you see
wheat,
it?
rice?
Well, you can have a little bit of rice. Rice is probably the lesser of the barley's even one of them you can't have. It's barley.
And
Maybe
that's
she
probably
doesn't know.
don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe she doesn't realize.
Did that turn it off?
That did, yeah.
Mom, Debbie, thank you for a really nice.
Here, you get, how much saddle you,
Oh, no, there's
you want,
plenty.
because then I'm gonna take a lot.
Well, go
Thank you.
ahead. Go ahead. There's a lot there, and I've got plenty more romaine in
So
there,
is
don't
it
worry
just,
about it.
it's the grain? I mean, it's not all grains, but,
However.
Oh, there's.
I mean, is gluten just in wheat? I don't even know.
No.
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 It's in
No,
barley.
See, I don't know any.
Barley,
It's in oats.
in
It's
barley,
in oats.
really
It is.
bad, in barley, one of the things that's bad.
Well, I'm trying to use my some barley, so I should butter for you. But, actually, I have a list that I can email you. But so like for instance, oatmeal has gluten in it. And you can get gluten-free oatmeal, because it's not super high in gluten, but it does have gluten. And for people that are gluten intolerant, they cannot have that.
And there's stuff in tapioca.
Tapioca. too?
Tapioca.
So on the wheat belly diet, if you got gluten-free, like pasta, would that work?
Mhm.
Or not necessarily?
When I eat this, I do gain weight, but not as much as if I eat the other.
Yeah.
So
Like
every so
just,
often, you just want a noodle, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and you know the difference with me, I can eat this and I don't feel overstuffed like I do on
No.
regular pasta.
Or tired and ran down the
Right.
other way, we were just
Need a nap immediately.
immediately, yeah.
Mhm.
And there's some gluten-free pizza dough that they sell at Uptown that is absolutely wonderful.
Really?
Well, you know who has gluten-free pizzas? Highway.
Yeah, well, Ogello's makes it too, but it's just not as good as ours.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right, well,
Mayor, who some of
yes.
you have met, that cooked for us, worked at a pizza place for years, so he knows how to cook pizza, so he taught us while we were living. Oh, he made the best, what's it called? It's just cheese and tomatoes and basil.
Margarita.
Yeah.
Yes. Margarita pizza.
Well, Floyd and I used to do one all the time, and I used a stone, and it would, a little bit of cornmeal
Oh.
underneath it.
Mhm.
But no red sauce. I painted it with truffle oil,
Ooh.
and then just used fresh basil leaves all over it, and fresh mozzarella all over it, and that was it.
Shredded?
It's so
Parmesan
good.
too.
No,
Just
just
sliced.
sliced.
Big slices
Mm-hmm.
with a tomato under it.
Only on yours.
You didn't, yeah, you don't like
Yeah,
tomatoes.
she did.
They're cooked though.
Huh?
They're cooked. You don't like cooked tomatoes either.
They just got in the way of the mozzarella.
Well, you inspired me with that relish stuff that you were making with the tomatoes and
Oh, the bruschetta.
that stuff was.
That was.
Well, you know what makes it different is I use balsamic in it a little bit. And that's what makes the flavor.
That was really good.
And I've been thinking, Cindy said we shouldn't eat first, but we also shouldn't be hungry. And so I'm thinking, I'm gonna keep the little snacky thing going, so that when we first get here, we can have cheese and crackers or something.
Right.
But I wasn't hungry tonight.
I wouldn't either. But I ate lunch
It-
late.
Yeah, and I thought, that's what I made sure I had a good hearty lunch, because I knew we would be,
I did too.
and I don't feel like, oh gosh, I didn't know it was this late.
Oh,
Boy,
boy.
does it? Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
were busy standing your head.
Oh my gosh.
But I agree that I don't think we should drink first either. Not that it's a terrible thing, but it probably interferes a little bit with getting into the groove.
Well, this is vodka-free water.
It reminds me of someone I knew that was alcoholic and then would put water in the vodka bottle and keep, eventually you might notice.
That vodka is made with grapes only,
Therefore, that's one of the reasons we have it, because it's gluten-free.
Made with what?
Grapes.
Really?
I've never heard of that.
Where do you get it?
Oh, they carry it at all the liquor stores.
What is it called?
Ciroc.
Ciroc. I've never tried it. To try it. We're paying for the bottle itself.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of vodka we drink. Because even the potato vodka causes us to bloat and gain weight.
Well, potatoes do that.
I know.
So does that mean that the skinny vodka that lady makes is not made from potatoes?
The ski or sky?
Skinny.
Skinny, I don't know.
You know that, there's that world
Yeah,
famous
that
for
brand.
skinny vodka?
Mm-hmm. Skinny margarita, I don't know. No, we just knew Ciroc was made with
I've heard
grapes.
the name before, but I didn't know what was in it.
Yeah, we'll certainly try it.
Too bad I couldn't have brought some of the homegrown tomatoes they gave me in Alabama. I couldn't bring them home, they would have got all squashed. But
Wow. I got some of those heirloom tomatoes over at Whole Foods.
$5 a pound. Some of them are.
I just, well, they're about that big, I only bought one. Cause I'm only one person, you know?
Yeah.
And I got some fresh basil and some truffle oil and sliced it up real thin and made myself a little salad with that.
Fresh basil's hard to find around here.
They
It's
have it at
always
Whole
out.
Foods.
They have it at Sprouts too.
Yeah, but it's gone. That goes fast, you know?
No, they have, as of yesterday, they had a whole big thing display outside, big plants.
Oh, really?
That's what I always buy. They're like $2.50 to $3 and it's a huge plant.
Just
Well, I was
buy
trying to
them.
plant
That's
them
what
and then
I
they
want, and
die.
then I go plant the rest of it.
That was, my plants just died. Well, of course, this year my mint's growing wonderful, so it probably would have grown good.
It's cheaper than buying it in the bag, just buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
And mine has been coming up. Now I've got, I think, 3 big bunches, little bushes of it.
Just ask
And
Debbie if you
green
want
now.
basil.
Are you saying that you actually buy the plant, it's actually in a pot or something?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's about this tall, about that big around.
The ones I usually get are in a little plastic pot. In a
Well,
bag.
these are, they are,
Yeah.
but they are potted.
Well, that's good, because the ones I buy at Whole Foods are already cut off. They just
Right.
have them in a little cup of water.
Right.
Oh,
And the Sprouts sells them in a pot. And it, uptown they just sell them like you're saying too.
That was a tremendously great idea. Because I was very disappointed that the basil only lasted for a few days.
And there's not very
You know,
much
you
in one
need
of
to
those
ask.
things for about $3.
That's usually
you
one
need some fresh basil.
Mm-hmm.
That's Debbie.
Yeah, because, you know, after you
Over
have
with a pair of
fresh basil,
scissors.
after you have fresh basil, the other kind just doesn't work anymore.
Doesn't.
Well, they both have a different purpose. For instance, when you're making like marinara or something, you really can't use fresh basil because it just, the taste just evaporates real fast. You can put a little bit on the dish when it's finished, but you can't really cook with it. That's why you need dried for the flavor.
I didn't know that.
Well, my whole thing is, I can't lose weight unless I cook. Just, and
Yeah.
Well, you can't eat out and lose weight, no.
can't do it. And when I travel, sometimes I've done the travel where I cook and all that, but the place I go now, they don't have Whole Foods or anything like that.
Can you push redial? She had a mother from school come by to introduce herself.
Oh, well, that was nice.
But unexpected. Here's
Yeah.
Bridget out in the garage.
I see you dead people.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, ladies, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Well, we're eating now and sharing, and I shared your Floyd Fierro story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. I wish I had paid more attention. You know, I thought it was my husband, so I just kind of to go back and forth from the garage without really paying much mind because it was so dark. I thought, well, he's just locking up the Fiero and putting the key in, getting the keys situated. But once I did look up and he came towards the Fiero, and there was nobody standing there. I said, oh, that was Jeremy, because Jeremy was in the bathroom in the house. And then about 10, 15 seconds later, here comes my husband out the garage door. So I said, oh, that was Floyd. He was going back and forth.
That's such a great story. Wow.
That's cool.
So I guess now we know it's definitely just the brakes need some fluid, huh?
Yes, I'm guessing so, because he was definitely going back towards the one area, and that's why I thought, well, maybe he was, in my mind, I'm reading an article on my phone, sitting in the dark, out in the, in the driveway where I usually park, and the garage light was on, and the yard light was on, so I could see the shadow. There was a definite, person, I just automatically thought that it was my husband going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, like 3 times. So, but yeah, he was going over there, and I'm assuming that that's what he was trying to say. Is, hey guys, it's the brake fluid. It's the brake fluid.
Well, and that sounds like something that would be important to him, because part of what Jeremy was talking about to me on the phone were things that Floyd had just fixed. I mean, it was the last thing he did to that car.
What are you gonna do with that car, Deb?
I'm selling it.
How much are you selling it for?
$2,000. It's tagged up through June of 2014. It gets 34 miles to the gallon in
I
tank.
know somebody that's looking for a car.
Do you really?
I'll tell them.
Is it stick shift or?
Mm-hmm. It's a 5-speed.
It's a,
Does it have air conditioning?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a convertible?
Mm-mm.
No, it just looked like it might be a convertible. Well, it's a cute little car.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a Fiero?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll tell my friend. Because it looks like it's in good shape now.
It still needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
I don't think they make them anymore.
Oh, no, they don't.
Yeah.
It's a collector's item.
It's a, who makes it?
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Oh, it's a Pontiac. Okay, so it's American.
They only made them for 3 or 4 years.
Did you sell the other car too?
No, it's at another friend's. He's trying to sell it for me. This one was a half-year model. It's an 86 and it came out mid-year. And it beat out the brand new Corvette that year as the pace car for the